How did you find out your SO was cheating on you?
Like and subscribe, or else these'll be in your bed tonight.
The dude told me. We used to go to school together. Saw him in Facebook and requested friendship. He asked me how I was doing, and I told him that I was great. Girl and I were about to celebrate our anniversary. He apologized to me and said he had to tell me that they had been fucking for the last week. Said he didn't know we were together, and I believed him. He sent me screenshots of pages of text as proof. She got called out by the both of us, and we are still very good friends. He and I fucking lying skank. Putting on a movie for our 2-year son on the laptop. Messenger goes off with message previews. Some guy saying how much fun he had the previous night, while she was supposed to be helping a friend at work for extra money. So I decide to read more of her messages and find one of guys thanking her for a threesome, while she was 6 months pregnant with our child. Confront her, she plays dumb. Then proceed to show her screenshots of all messages. Now happily divorced, cheers. I woke up in the middle of the night when she was in the bathroom. Used her phone as a light. Saw texts from her ex about how good it felt to come inside her the day before. Oh man. Hope you're doing good today. He's better than the day before at least. Fucking RIP. I've been there, brother. Not the same context though, but close. For myself, I waited until she left for work and took all of her furniture and belongings and put them outside in the corral in a heat dead summer. I also changed the locks to the house and confronted her as soon as she came home. The look on her face was pure and utter confusion. Damn, the locks. You a baddest dude. She forgot to end the call, you know. Press the red button. I heard them talking about who was going to shower first. Should have yelled through the phone, save some of the hot water for me. I feel bad for laughing at this. Take your upvote, dude. Her best friend called me while my ex was having sex in the background to tell me she thought it was best that we broke up. Yes, I heard it all, and yes, her friend was in the same room as my ex at the time. Edit. Just saw the replies to this, and I gotta say, thanks for the supportive words. Yeah, the friend called me maliciously. She even made sure I could hear what was happening at the time, and I was upset, but I hung up the phone, moved her shit onto the curb to get thrown away, and never spoke to either of them again. Tried my best to brush it off. Another bonus breakup for you guys. Quickly, had my GF over at my house with a few friends. Was making everyone food in the kitchen. Went to my bedroom to tell my GF dinner was ready and found her fucking a guy in my bed. Yeah, I have a few of these stories, lol. Posted before, but she was having an argument with a housemate and they said at least I don't cheat when I go away, just as I walked into the room. Don't know how intentional that was, but it turned out to be true. Damn, that's rough, man. But at least you found out the truth. She told me so. She went to a birthday party and fucked the birthday boy. When I then broke up with her, she went into full rage mode screaming, how dare you, and I'm gonna find a guy and make him fall in love with me just so I can break up with him and hurt him the way you did with me. I never knew what that meant, but I'm glad we broke up. At my birthday party I just got beer. I had walked in on them snuggling and watching Deadpool together in his bedroom. Out of nervousness, the first thing that came out of his mouth was, "D, do you want to watch Deadpool?" Scene filled riff. The gang watches Deadpool. Always Sunny in Philadelphia music plays. Suspicion from Wooding and letters from when I was deployed. Pressed her when she started to slip again. After I got back and she confessed. Dumped her. She got with him. He knocked her up and left her that same day he found out she was pregnant. Bullet dodged. Sorry, man. That really fucks with a guy when he's away. Fucking Jodas. It does. But I'm better for it in the end and now married with someone much more compatible. So all in all, I'm quite happy with how things worked out. I knew she was for months. She denied it. I begged her to admit it so we could just move on. Laying in bed one night I remembered she had logged onto Facebook once a long time ago through our Nintendo Wii. I dug it out, opened it up, and it had the password saved. So I went into her Facebook 3500 DMs that month alone between her and the dude. Trash talking me. Fucking cunt. Dude, that week I was a bro, holy shit. Wheeze before she's. Not mine, but I found out my mom was cheating on my dad with one of the guys I was playing Call of Duty with online. Talk about a small world. I always wonder how he knew it was me. Well, at least he wasn't lying when he said he fucked your mom. She was in the toilet. Her phone flashed up. The message notification read, "Did you tell him?" Apparently the message was about something completely different, but after I bluffed her into thinking I know more than I do, an aim and that something's up, she confessed. 10 years relationship destroyed. No turning back. Easier to build up trust with a new person than with someone that cheated on you. And in long-term relationships, marriage, you have to trust each other. It's been a few months now. Can confirm it gets easier. It's there, on the back of my head, every day. But it does get easier. Shit. That's harsh, man. I hope you're doing better. No one deserves this garbage. Her boss, who she was fucking, called me to tell me to stop bothering his girlfriend, and that he was going to beat the shit out of me if I kept calling and stalking her. I told him that I wasn't bothering or stalking her. I was dating her. I would call and text like most boyfriends and wait outside the building to go to lunch with her from time to time. When I was able to provide enough proof that I wasn't some psycho, as she explained to him, we realized we both were dating her with no knowledge of the other for over a year. He apologized and invited me out to dinner, had me meet him at the office. The look on her face when he and I walked past her cubicle was priceless. We said nothing. He took me out for an expensive dinner for threatening to have my ass kicked. We sent simultaneous texts breaking up with her and pics of us chasing a couple glasses of wine. I was 23, she was 29, he was 57. Edit with this starting to blow up a bit on this thread in my inbox. Here is an elaboration. I ended up finding out 2 years later that he got back with her. His second wife found out and went nuts on him. That made the news here. He was an embattled local politician. He ended up getting divorced publicly. The ex called the FBI saying he was into some sick stuff sexually. He was arrested for possession of kiddie porn and other grossly abnormal sexual content a number of months later after his house was raided. Turns out his mistress, my ex, and he were into sex with animals. There was Reddify having sex with multiple dogs. I found out all of this via the local channel 8 and ended up going to a doctor and asking if there was anything I could contract sexually from an animal. I didn't properly preface the question with the reason as to why, and that dude pieced the fuck out for a good 10 minutes with a spooked look on his face. Came back and told me about a few parasites and beat the elephant out of the room. The tests were $400 out of pocket. Came back all thumbs though. That doc will never forget me. When the edit is crazier than the initial story. We were in the car talking about if it's okay to be in a relationship and still find other people attractive. She agreed that it's okay, so I asked who she found attractive, and she brings up a guy she works with who, in the past, we've had small arguments about her acting inappropriate towards. I tell her it's very odd that she would tell me something like that about literally the only person we've ever had an argument over. After some further questions, because the way she was acting just didn't feel right, I found out she cheated on me, literally a week after getting back from our honeymoon, with this piece of human dog shit she worked with, that she invited to our wedding. And I found out a week after it happened, literally 5 weeks after we got married. So yes, literally the first time after getting married, that she was alone with this guy she cheated. Absolutely the most heartless monster I've ever met, and she wouldn't even tell me why. The awesome thing. She went around lying to her friends and family about what happened to try and make me look like the bad guy. At least she didn't get pregnant, yet like we planned, so I consider that a dodged bullet. Few. Edit. Forgot to mention that she did this even after my parents paid for the entire wedding. Not really that much more, but it's just the cherry on the horrible monster cake. Did people believe her lies? Some did at first, some provably still do, but her brother made sure everyone knew what she actually did. She accused me of going after her for money afterwards. In actuality, I knew she owed me money because the house we bought lost value, but never went after her for it. The only reason I did is because she came after me for her half of the equity in the house. When she found out it dropped in value, she didn't think she should have to pay for her half of the loss, even though both of our names were in the mortgage. Seriously, just a total monster. Her boyfriend called me on speaker after a night on the town with my friends. I told him we'd been dating for a year now, and I didn't know he existed. Asked him if he was the friend. that visited her a couple months ago and stayed on the couch. He said yes, but I wasn't on the couch. I'll let him know that for me that settles it, that I was done with her and never wanted to see her again. He didn't either. As far as I know we both broke up with her at the same time. Seemed like a great guy though, kinda wanted to grab a beer with him.